on the 7 mountains or hills. Remember, John saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and the 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. The Catholic Encyclopedia says on page 529, it is within the city of Rome, called the City on 7 Hills, that the entire area of Vatican State proper is now confined. So let's look at our next point. Is the Catholic Church both a church and state power? In addition to his service in this spiritual role, the Pope is also head of state of the independent sovereign state of the Vatican City, a city-state and nation entirely enclaved by the city of Rome. As the head of the Roman Catholic Church, an ecclesiastical or religious church, he is also the head of the Vatican City-State, which is its own nation within Rome, making the papacy both a church and state power. And the prophecy said, "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication." Here is an official Vatican coin from 1963 depicting the Roman Catholic Church as a woman holding a golden cup in her hand. And the bishops and cardinals of the Catholic Church adorn themselves in purple and scarlet colors, just as the prophecy had foretold. This cover from U.S. News & World Report magazine really sums it up, showing the Catholic priests in their purple robes worshiping idols with a golden cup in their hand. Now, the most significant point when it comes to identifying the Antichrist is that concerning changing times and laws of God, especially the one commandment that is related to time, the Sabbath commandment. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. God assigned the law concerning this day of rest to the 7th day, which is known as Saturday. In the Catholic publication, The Catholic Mirror, the Church stated in 1983, "The Catholic Church," declared Cardinal Gibbons, "by virtue of her divine mission, changed the day from Saturday to Sunday." In the Convert's Catechism of Catholic Doctrine, the Catholic Church states, "We observe Sunday instead of Saturday because the Catholic Church in the Council of Laodicea, AD 364, transferred the solemnity from Saturday to Sunday." One Catholic priest wrote of the Sabbath, saying the Bible says, "Remember that thou keep holy the Sabbath day." The Catholic Church says, "No. By my divine power, I abolish the Sabbath day and command you to keep the first day of the week." And lo, the entire civilized world bows down in reverent obedience to the command of the Holy Catholic Church. So the question is not, did the Church think to change the Sabbath day? Because clearly they did. The question is whether or not they had the God-given prerogative to change the 10 Commandments, which God promised He would never alter. So how you answer this question will determine which day of the week you recognize as the Sabbath. And this is why another minister wrote, "It was the Catholic Church which transferred this rest to the Sunday. Thus the observance of Sunday by Protestants is an homage they pay in spite of themselves to the authority of the Church." Now let's look at the next point. Did the Roman Catholic Church have power to make war with, persecute, and overcome the saints for 1,260 years? The papacy's power became supreme in Christendom in 538 AD due to a letter of the Roman Emperor Justinian, known as Justinian's Decree, which set up and acknowledged the Bishop of Rome as the head of all churches. It gave the papacy political power, civil power, as well as ecclesiastical power. This letter became part of Justinian's Code, the fundamental law of the empire, and the year Pope Vigilius ascended the throne under the military protection of Belisarius. In 538 AD, the Church of Rome emerged as the head of both the church and the civil territories that made up the fallen Roman Empire, and continued to rule and have power to make war with the saints for 1,260 years. and this period is known as the Dark Ages, and the civil reign of the papal power ended in 1798. In 1798, General Berthier made his entrance into Rome, abolished the papal government, and established a secular one. This was the fulfillment of the Antichrist's reign over the saints of God for 1,260 years. Then from 1798 to 1929, the papal power ceased to have any civil power or presence. Then, in 1929, the Roman Catholic Church re-emerged. The San Francisco Chronicle on February 11, 1929, wrote, "The Roman question tonight is a thing of the past, and the Vatican was at peace with Italy. In affixing the autographs to the memorable document, healing the wound of many years, extreme cordiality was displayed on both sides." The New York Times reported from 11 o'clock this morning there was another sovereign independent state in the world. At that time, Premier Mussolini, as Italian foreign minister representing King Victor Emmanuel, the first Italian premier ever to cross the threshold of the Vatican, exchanged with Cardinal Gasperi, papal secretary of state representing Pope Pius XI, ratifications of the treaties signed at the Lateran Palace on February 11. By that simple act, the sovereign independent state of Vatican City came into existence. And with this, the last characteristic of the Antichrist is fulfilled, that the Antichrist would be a church and state power that was, is not, and yet is. It was, or existed from 538 to 1798, having both civil and religious authority. And then it was not from 1798 to 1929. And after 1929, it yet is. And it is in the yet is stage of its existence after 1929 that it was foretold, "It shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder." And in fulfillment of this prophecy, and the 8 characteristics that we have looked at, the world today is indeed wondering or admiring and following after the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, the Antichrist.
Buonasera.
The Pontiff is not only the head of state, but is also head of the government of the Catholic Church, known as the Holy See. This institution has existed for the best part of 2 millennia.
He's captured the imagination not just of the world's 1.2 billion Catholics, but the world itself.
I get it on the streets. I mean, everybody from the bartender to the cab driver telling me, Cardinal Dolan, we love this guy.
His Twitter account, @Pontifex, ranks in the top 5 most searched words on the internet. He walks the streets, poses for pictures, embraces the sick, and is not afraid to have a bit of fun.
Eric Schmidt, CEO of Google. Donald Trump, President of the United States. Vladimir Putin, President of Russia. Leonardo DiCaprio, Hollywood movie star. Christine Lagarde, Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. Elizabeth II, Queen of England.
Pope Francis has just endorsed same-sex unions for the very first time.
And the leading gay magazine, The Advocate, have named him their Person of the Year.